Welcome to MegaNet Gaming, and today's review is going to be on, it's going to be another NES port to MS-DOS. It'll be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, developed by Konami, published by Ultra Games, and for the DOS version, it had a different composer, Chris Hatlight. This was released in 1989 in North America, and it's a single-player platform action game. Now to start off, the version for NES wasn't the best game ever made by any means, but it was a playable game. It was average for the time, but you could play it. Alright, and here we go with the version for the PC. For being PC speaker music, it's actually kind of impressive. It's a bit jumbled at times, but considering you don't really have much to work with there, it's actually not all that bad. And it has those lack of fluid controls that many DOS games had at the time. Part of the problem with both the NES version and the DOS version, albeit the NES version controlled much better, you'll end up in situations where you have one of the turtles that has the long pole that you can fight with. The other ones have short weapons, which, unless your timing is exactly on point, you're not going to hit stuff. And with this game, it's playable. Just barely. Another issue is you'll kill enemies that you'd think would be on the same... They're not actually on the screen, but you'd think they would have been, like, something would have been saved in memory at the time. Saying, alright, even though this little section's off the screen, this enemy was killed. Unless you complete one, maybe a whole screen back, it wouldn't actually reload those enemies, but those enemies respawn super easily. So you have the 4 turtles to choose from. Basically acts as 4 lives, but their weapons do vary. Trying to do the jumping mechanics with the keyboard takes quite a bit of practice and precise timing, but not precise timing. This is fun to get a skill mastered. It's just, if the timing's not exactly right, you'll end up hitting the wall above you or hitting other things and not, or you'll just fall off. It's a very clunky port. Graphically, it's not far off. And really, the graphics aren't the issue with this game at all. It's an 89 DOS game. It looks pretty nice, and even the PC speaker music, the sound effects even sound good enough for a late 80s DOS game. The problem is the controls are atrocious in this game. And not only that, you get to a point in the game where, let's see, which level is it in? It's actually missing a platform in one level that makes the game impossible to finish. Let's see, where was that? Let's see. Oh yeah, it was in the... Where was that level? Actually, I'll go ahead and save an image, courtesy of... let's see. It's one of the sewer levels where there's a jump on the NES version where you had blocks overhead. On the NES version, the blocks were shorter, so you had more clearance. Albeit you did still had the time to jump exactly right to not just bounce off the block going in the water. But there's elongated blocks above you, and they double the size of the jump on the DOS version. So it was never even completable. So you basically have a game, you can only make it so far, and then no matter what you do, unless you can figure out some way to just bypass that part of the game altogether, it's impossible to beat it. It's definitely impossible to do an actual complete playthrough without cheats. So you basically have a game here that's, for the time, it was a very mediocre title for DOS. Even at the time, if you had an NES, unless all you had was a DOS PC, wasn't really a good reason to pick this one up. And as a lot of time has passed, this is one of the ones that didn't age well at all. I would say this port of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the NES to DOS is worse than the Blades of Steel port. I mean, like I said, you can get the combat timing down, you can get the jump timing down, but then you get to a point in the game where you can't even actually beat it because they changed the levels in such a way and didn't bother testing it. So, okay, let's see if I can pull up the image. Alright, where is that image? There we go. This jump right here, that is the DOS version of the jump, which you're not going to make that no matter how skilled of a gamer you are. And I will show the other version of the jump. Which is right here. So this basically follows what could have just been a significantly very, very below average DOS game at the time. Goes into the category of just outright bad, given it's not even a game you can beat. Which you could beat the Waterworld for the Virtual Boy, you could beat Ford Truck Mania for the PlayStation 1. Really, except for Big Rigs, the other 4 games on in my bad category, outright bad category, are all beatable. So where I'm going to put this on the list, if you just omit that, if you just swap the level geometry there and make it so you can make that jump, I still think it's a better game than Waterworld for the Virtual Boy, but not by much. So it's going in the bad category, and it's going 3rd from the bottom. I actually don't own a copy of the NES version anymore, but if at some point I pick that up, I'll go ahead and do a review of that so you can have a side-by-side comparison. People complain about the sound, but the sound isn't bad for an 80s DOS game. The graphics aren't bad for an 80s DOS game. And I'd say even the keyboard controls aren't that bad for a DOS game of the late 80s. But when you take the whole package and then throw in a whole package of frustrating controls, gameplay, and other aspects of the level geometry that change to make it significantly more difficult, and then throw in a level where you can't even beat the game, It just belongs in the bad category. At this point, there's plenty of other Ninja Turtle games you can pick up. The one for the NES isn't bad. It's not good. It's just your average licensed platformer game. It does have a lot of challenge to it. It adds a bit of replayability. It's frustrating, but it does require quite a bit of skill and is actually beatable. Has a bit of charm to it. This version, though, unless you're just wanting to see a historical comparison of NES to DOS ports, there's really not a reason to check this one out. I think what I'll do is try to find a conversion the other direction, because those conversions weren't all that great either. The DOS, the PC, or other computer port to the NES, most of those games were equally as bad. So no reason to pick this one up. And I hope you enjoyed the review, and have a great day.